The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome to The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and folks, I absolutely love being here with you. It is wonderful Wednesday. Hopefully you're off to a fantastic, wonderful start of your workday. Maybe it's the end of your workday. Maybe you're listening to us overseas across the pond. Maybe it's in Australia. We absolutely love all of you listeners, whether you're listening on the radio or watching us on TigerTV, and you can watch us on TigerTV. You can also catch the archive of this show on Channel 9. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com under Tiger TV. You'll be able to click on Channel 9. You'll be able to see the archives. I think they keep the last 4 or 5 archives up there. And it's a way for you to be able to educate yourself. Take a look at some of the patterns that we'll look at. I'm absolutely going to teach you something. That is my promise. That's my commitment to you. And, you know, speaking of wonderful Wednesday, I love Wednesday's opening because we get to hear the voice of Ed Young. You know, what a great positive anchor out there. And, Ed, I absolutely hope that you are doing well. And so for me, just, you know, some of these openings, you hear, you know, we all need support in life. And, you know, and I love what Ed says about being able to keep your mind whole. You know, to me, that's really what it's all about. If we take a look at the markets as a whole right now, you've got the bounce that we have been expecting, the bear market bounce that we have been expecting underway across the globe. You've got the DAX up 50 points right now. You've got the FTSE up 56 points as they come back from a little holiday out there. The Nikkei up almost 2% last night. 1 0.8%. They closed up 151 points. The Shanghai, the only negative down in Asia, down 2 points. So no big shakes there. You had the Hang Seng up 261 points. That was up 1 0.4%. And even though they're having problems in Spain, the rain in Spain is not going away, nor is the rain here in Clearwater Beach. But the rain in Spain, the IBEX up 73 points right now, up 1 0.1%. Our call number is 877-927-6648. And before we take a look at the numbers, you know, last night I was able to do something that I absolutely love, that I am just so passionate about, and had the opportunity to spend some time in front of some young adults that are just simply struggling in life. And it was it was just simply great to be inside that environment, to be able to see that, quite frankly, the problems that they're experiencing are the same problems. The fears that they have, they're exactly the same set of fears that each of us have. I mean, you can really boil them down into 2 areas, the fear of not being loved or the fear of not being enough. And I was interested, as I was, you know, the way that the function started off was people listed out what their fears were. And in my mind, I was sitting here saying, now, how long is it going to take for somebody to say, because the biggest one that's out there is not being enough. I was wondering, how long is it going to take before I hear somebody say, I'm afraid of not being enough? Well, folks, it wasn't right off the bat. Actually, the one that was right off the bat was the fear of not being loved. And the second one was the fear of not being enough. I'm here to tell you, folks, that each of us have so much more potential than we give ourselves credit for, and that was true of each of these young adults. It's absolutely true of you. It's absolutely true of me. I know that I'm not even anywhere near my potential, and that's why we're always striving for more. And so, you know, when I really talked a bit with them last night, it was really about trying to change your mindset. So that's what it's kind of cool that actually Ed Young's, you know, came on, you know, or it was in the opening, the pre-opening, just simply talking about the fact, the importance of being able to keep your mind whole. And you need to do it. Doesn't matter whether it's in the markets, no matter what it is that you're doing in life. And so the easiest thing, because you've got these folks that are really struggling. They're really struggling in their mind. And so to me, the easiest thing is to give certain metaphors, certain things, that sentences that you are able to complete or they're able to complete. So, and it doesn't have to be a bunch. It just has to be a few of them. So, for example, there wouldn't be positive without what? That's right. There wouldn't be positive without negative. You know, and they're coming potentially, I know they're coming from a negative state of mind, a state of fear, a state of disbelief, you know, and they've gotten themselves into a bit of trouble for sure. But there wouldn't be positive without negative. Well, what do we have right now? We've got positive bounce going on in the market after a ton of negative. We're going to have it's going to shift back and forth. It's just the way the markets work. It's the way life works. You know, there wouldn't be pain without what, folks? There wouldn't be pain without what? That's right. There wouldn't be pain without pleasure. So, you can focus, and you can choose to focus on whichever you want. In any situation, in any experience, you can find pain and you can find pleasure. I guarantee it. Every experience has them both, just like there's a positive and a negative. And, folks, there's always a time to laugh, and then there's a time for what? That's right. There's a time for tears. There's a time to cry. In fact, if there's any one thing that I learned is that when you get to that stage where it's pain, it's anger, it's disappointment, whatever that negative feeling is that's going inside you, when I talk about, there's a time to laugh and there's a time to cry. And one of the things that I shared with folks, and they absolutely got it right away, because I said, if you're in pain, if you are in fear, if you have disbelief, which way are your eyes looking, up or down? And immediately everybody said down. Well, I said, so you know that pattern. So if you know that that's the pattern, that's how you're feeling, you always have the choice to look which way, straight or up. Absolutely. And so what I have learned, and you might want to write this down, maybe you already have written it down, called better out than in. So when it comes to crime, when it comes to getting it out, folks, I mean, get it out of you. I don't care whether you're just all masculine energy. Doesn't matter whether you're masculine, feminine energy. Just simply get it out. Let it pour out. Better out than in, because you've got to do battle with the enemy and get rid of those fears. Otherwise, if you don't, you're going to be stripped of the fortune that you absolutely deserve. So, the next stage in life, what I tried to leave these folks with was the impression of the real next stage in life, folks, is just simply one thing. And it's always about decision. Each of us have the decision of what it is that we want to focus on. And the day that you say, enough is enough, I mean, that's all you have to say. Enough is enough. I'm not going to take it anymore. What was that great movie that was out there where the guy was yelling out the network or something like that, yelling out the window? He didn't yell out, enough is enough. But bottom line, enough is enough. And when you say that, folks, you're going to be able to welcome all experiences in life, no matter what they are, good, bad, or indifferent. And if you've got a time for tears, then just simply let them pour out. Let them get the heck out of you, because then you can focus on something more positive than that. And you want to welcome all experiences. Yesterday I just chatted a little bit about experiences, and you want to allow experiences in your life. We talked a little bit about reflection yesterday, only for a short period of time, and usually we only do that during New Year's Eve. You should do it every day. If you're trading these markets, you should absolutely have a journal next to you. If you want to have proof in the pudding, then go get Larry's book. One of the best books out there, in my opinion. It's not what's his name? Douglas. It's not Douglas's book. It's Larry Pesavento's book. It's his book. It's his little diary that he kept, that he published. I know he does it still today. And each of you should be doing that. You should be learning from your own experiences, because that is how you reflect on today. What did you do? What fears? Because each day you're going to have fears that you're going to deal with. You're going to have success that you're going to deal with. And I want you to be resolute, folks. It's all about promising yourself to never, and I mean never, never, ever give up, because your potential is not even close to being tapped out there. And I know that to be the case, folks. So let's go take a look at these markets out here. Let's go see the patterns that are out there. Again, you can always give us a call at 877-927-6648. And so if we take a look at the markets, I've got the NASDAQ futures on my screen here. So usually I start off with the ES Mini. Let's go take a look at the NQ futures. We're looking at the I'm looking at the 10-minute chart. How about that? So looking at the 10-minute chart, we'll leave that up here. You've got the NASDAQ futures trading up 17 points right now. The lead dog in the futures marketplace in the U.S. up 0.7%, trading out at 25.0675. Even when we left yesterday or during the show, I was giving you an A to B equals C D up pattern that was created here. Now, the low that's in here, just out of curiosity, the low that came in on Sunday night, was that low a result in your mind? Was it a result of the full moon that was coming into being early on Monday morning? It was a beautiful full moon at about 6 o'clock a.m. on the East Coast as it was coming in. Was it a result of that full moon low that was put in? And it wasn't just a full moon. You had a full moon. You had a lunar eclipse going on. And what did you have on? I can't recall if it was Saturday or Sunday. You had the perigee where the moon was the closest to us. I think it was on Sunday. So you had that lunar phase as well. Do you think that that the markets put in lows at that the moon have anything to do with the energy force that was in these markets? Is there an energy force larger than we know of inside this planet? Well, was it maybe just the lunar phase? How about the lunar phase of Moon conjunction Pluto? You ever heard of that one before? And I'm not taking you to Disney, folks. You should go look that one up, because the market, 100% of the time, since April, I believe, of 2011, has put in lows within a day or two. And you know when the next conjunction is? It's today, folks. You got that today. You got a Pesavento index date, a 16P index date. You've got them all to indicate. Now, and why is that important? It's important because when those lows get broken, so you want to have this area, you want to have the lows that came in on the futures market or whatever chart that you've got at least of Monday morning. Those lows are very important, folks, because when those lows get taken out, because you've got a huge number of aspects taking place all inside a 4 or 5 day period of time. Just like the October 2010 area that I think is also important to note on your charts. You should be marking that down. If you had a journal, if you were taking a journal, if you were journaling how it was that you were feeling on a daily basis, how it is that you were trading, whether or not you should have stayed in this trade on this A to B equals CD up. And as it made a 1 to 1.618, A to B equals CD up, folks, what did it do? And it's perfect. As perfect as life can get. Made a bearish engulfing candle. It got confirmed in the next 10 minutes. Then you had the NASDAQ futures trade off a bit, folks. 877-927-6648. Dow futures up about 65 points. We'll be right back, folks.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on TigerTV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you gain access to each host charts and computer screen as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, Dave White, Larry Pesavento, or Victor Jones, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV yet, then visit TFNN.com today to see what you're missing.
Stock market corrections are the number one reason that a buy and hold investment strategy produces the poorest results, and I have 73 years of data that proves it. Now, the good thing about economic difficult times is that the worst economy can produce the best rewards in the shortest period of time. In fact, during the last 130 years, 61% of that time period has been spent in recession. And if you're one of the 70% of American households relying on their 401ks and IRAs for retirement, you need the single strategy that is bulletproof against the turmoil of our stock markets. Go to the homepage at TFNN.com. Under Breaking News, click on Success is a Numbers Game to receive this must-have free report. This bulletproof strategy may be days away from giving the next signal. Don't neglect your retirement, and don't neglect this signal. If you're even a little bit interested in accumulating wealth, providing a better life for you and your family, then go to TFNN.com to order your free copy of Success is a Numbers Game today. Implement the disciplines contained in this report, and success will be yours for the taking.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
It's that time of year again, and the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver giveaway is back. Every day in June, Monday through Friday, we'll be giving away a Great Panther Silver 1-ounce silver bar, and all you have to do to enter is visit the front page of TFNN.com and fill out your entry. Great Panther Silver and TFNN wishing you a great start to the summer. Sign up today to have a chance to win a 1-ounce silver bar during the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver giveaway the whole month of June at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Let's just go finish off here with the 10-minute chart on the NASDAQ futures. You know, I like to use these intraday charts, especially during the morning shows. Just gives you the opportunity to show you the normal breathing patterns, the AB equals CD patterns that are out there. You want to understand what the longer-term patterns are, but you can watch things form, you know, on the shorter-term time frame. And it helps you to understand where the market is going, whether it may pull back. And if you take a look, this one is a beauty. And you've got, so again, we're taking a look at the NASDAQ futures. Now, ABCs, folks, are going to form out there all the time. What you have to understand is that 60% of the time you're seeing ABCD patterns that are forming, you know, 1-to-1. And then the other 40% of the time, folks, you're getting more than a 1-to-1. It could be 1.272, 1.618, 2.618. It's going to be some Fibonacci number very close to it. Oftentimes, I mean, it is right there in the wheelhouse. Well, if you take a look at the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, and I did a great workshop a couple of weeks ago, I consider it to be great because it's the one technique that I think you should absolutely learn out there, and that is buying and selling the D point. Well, as the D point on the 1-to-1 was being made out here, you had no bearish indication at all. Just when you do these levels, it's like going on a elevator. You're going to stop at floors. The first floor here on the 1-to-1 happens to be that, in this case here, on the 10-minute chart, would have been at the 2490 area. And, of course, what does the NASDAQ future do? It gets right to 2489.75, right there, right in the wheelhouse, folks. No bearish configuration there. It means you're going to go up to the next floor, so you want to stay on that elevator or let the market take you out, move your stops up. What does it do? Gets up to that next floor being the 1-to-1.272, 2503. Gets up there, no bearish candle patterns at all, no reason to get off. Might as well stay on the elevator and ride it to which floor, folks? The next floor, the penthouse floor. Well, in this case, the penthouse floor, 1.618. And you get up there, and as soon as you get up to that price point, which is 2519, and where does it actually get to? It gets to 2520.50. Oh, baby, you got to love that. Gets up there, gives you a bearish candle, gives you the confirmation, and now it pulls back. Even on the 10-minute chart, folks, you've got an A to B equals CD down, and that A to B equals CD down said that it was going to go ahead and reverse patterns from there intraday. The A point being the high that we just took a look at, the B point on the 10-minute chart coming into 8:20 this morning when it gets down to 2509.25. Bounces up 20 minutes later into the 8:40 time frame, gets up to 2506, makes a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. They're always being made, gets down there, folks, and you have a bullish candle as it gets into the 2504 area. It traded a little bit lower, but if you're patient enough, and it really is all about patience, folks, what you got down there in the 910 area gave you the first clue, and that second opinion came in at 920. It is a beautiful thing, folks. So let's continue taking a look at the markets. Let's go take a look at the King. Let's go look at King Dollar here. You know, they're trying to put a good King down. They just simply can't do it. When I say they, I'm talking about the euro, talking about the pound, talking about the yen out there. Right now you've got King Dollar trading out at 82.76. What I have up here on my screen is the daily chart. What I do expect is the King to pull back to at least that first area, the 0.382 retracement of the last leg up. That would take King Dollar down to 81.76. As it gets down to that area, first we got to wait to see if it makes an A to B equals CD pattern out here. And if we take a look at that, you know, it's not set up yet. You got to let the market do 75% of the work for you. That, folks, is how you actually get leverage in the market. How you get leverage is let the market do most of the work for you, and you sit back and just simply, you know, you pull the trigger at the time that the actual trades set up. That's what you want to do. So the King traded out at 82.77 right now. Did trade to a low of 82.49 so far. So you're certainly off of the lows of the session. If we back this down, I haven't done it, but let's go take a look at an intraday. Let's look at the 10-minute chart out there on the King, and you can see on the King here, looks like all that now it's up against a the dollar index did not like the fact that over in the ECB that they did not reduce their interest rates. And, the results here, you don't have to really pay attention to news. You want to understand what the reaction to the news is, what is exactly going on inside the market. Right now, the King trading inside that 840 area. The high there is 82.79. You're at 82.77. The first area here of support is going to be down at 82.63. That is on King Dollar. It's a beautiful thing, folks. 877-927-6648. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I know I am, being here with you. We'll be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when temporary market spikes move against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the advantage of keeping your trades open even when the market temporarily spikes against you. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique short-term binary options that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to TFNN.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
To the races. You got the Dow up 97, S&P's up 10, Composite up 25. Small caps lead the charge on the way up 90.9%. Right behind them, the Composite. Small caps trading out at 752.88. You got Microsoft up 1 5/10%, up 45 cents right now. Intel up 6 ticks. That's up 0.25%. Google up 0.7%, trading out at 574.55. Cisco up 16 cents. That's up 1%. You've got Apple trading up about 0.6%, up $3 right now, up at 566. If we take a look at what is moving, what is grooving, let's see what we have moving to the upside. You got Alta Salon up 6% this morning, up $5 and change. Google right behind them. You got Ancestry Communications, ACOM. They're up a nice 14% this morning. They're up $3.35. Wynn Resorts must have been because Tom and group had such a good time out there. Wynn Resorts up $3 right now. That is up 3%. You've got Iron Mountain Inc., IRM. Those are the guys out in Vail? I think that they are. Iron Mountain Inc., they are up 10% right now. Let's see, they declare 8% higher dividend. Okay, 27 cents per share per quarter. I think Iron Mountain. I'll have to go back and take a look at that. You've got Novo Nordisk, NVO. They're trading up about 2%. That's up about $3. You've got Randgold, GOLD, up another 2 7/10%, up $2.43. You've got Baidu up 2%, up $2.60. That is what is moving to the upside. Let's go see what is grooving to the downside. Grooving to the downside, you got Tempur-Pedic. Apparently they're not selling enough beds out there. They're down $17 and change. We're going to look at that. That's down 40%. They are saying what? They're saying Tempur-Pedic now expects Q2 earnings per share to decline about 50%, or about $2.70. So the market is taking them to bed, so to speak. And they're down $17 and change. You got Mattress Firm, MFRM. They are down 18%. They must sell a lot of Tempur-Pedic mattresses, but they're certainly getting hammered, I would imagine, just simply because of the Tempur-Pedic news out there. They're down 18%. That's down $6.45. You've got Select Comfort. So you got all the mattress kings. 1, 2, 3. You've got Select Comfort, the Sleep Number guys. They're off 16% this morning. They're down $4 and change. So we're going to look at it's all in the mattresses, right? So we're going to go take a look at the mattresses, folks, and see how they're trading, see what kind of volume you've got. You've got Mitcham Industries, MIND. I don't think they're in the mattress business, but they are trading down 7%. Down $1.33, trading out about $16.90 and change. Quest Diagnostics, DGX, they're off 2% this morning, and Kinder Morgan, KMI, down only 89 cents, but that is 2 7/10%. So that is what is leading things to the upside and to the downside. So let's go take a look at those stocks out there. Let's clear the palette here. And let's do a little bit of art. Let's go draw some charts out there. Let's first go ahead and start with Tempur-Pedic, PX. I believe they have been struggling for a while. Oh, they have. This is the second huge gap down out there, folks. Look at this little puppy. So hopefully you're watching on Tiger TV. We'll go ahead and put this thing on a weekly basis here. We'll dissect it and bisect it. And when you take a look at it, it's only been trading 8 minutes, and it has done 6.4 million shares. Of course, when it gapped down, just to give you some kind of reference point, gaps down off of the highs April 20th. Does that with 14 million shares. Ooh, you think they're going to have some volume coming out, some stuffing coming out of their mattresses today? Oh, my goodness. It's going to blow away the volume from the first gap down. And, this thing has had volume all the way down. Had some significant volume, 19 million shares on May the 7th, as it was making as it was continuing to move down out there. And so this morning, it's just simply today, it's going to blow away all of those volume characteristics with already 6.4 million shares out there. That, folks, is institutional selling galore. So let's go see where they are actually headed all the way back to their lows. $4 is what it looks like. But let's go take a look at the weekly chart. Let's see if we can see any volume signatures out there. That, folks, does not look very good. Now, that is a straight line move on the way down, isn't it? Do not get in front of this thing. Do not buy this. The institutions are moving on out. This is what you absolutely, around holidays, you have holiday sales, right? And they have discounts. Well, this is called markdown. And they are marking down Tempur-Pedic. This thing is just, was trading up not too long ago. Let's find out the exact day or the exact week. So April 2012. We're only in June. April 2012, trading out at $87 right now. So if you rode that thing up, you didn't take any profits. There were ABCD patterns out there. The first signal that Tempur-Pedic was in trouble actually came on August 5th, the week of August 5th, 2011, when it had that bearish engulfing candle, only to be followed up by a gap down the next week when it opened up on Monday. Absolutely gave you the signal that that was the time to start taking profits out of there. And this, folks, is a markdown extraordinaire. Where is this thing going to come all the way back to? Well, I say at this stage it comes all the way back to the bottom, gets down to the $12 area, and as long as it's going to be down there, might as well go all the way down to the lows at $3.84. So if you're still in this thing, now get out. Bottom line, you should have taken your profits, and you might as well take them now. No reason to stay in this thing. Tempur-Pedic looks like they had their IPO going back to August 2004. When it was trading out at the $11, $12 mark, and it is absolutely headed back there. If I put the monthly chart up here, let's to round this thing out. Oh boy. And, the month of June has just started, and so they did 95 million shares last month. You've already done 9 million shares. This thing's going to blow away that as well. So that's it for Tempur-Pedic. But let's stay with the mattresses. Let's go take a look at Mattress Firm. That is another, I don't think they're on the IBD list. I think they're on the wannabe IBD list, but maybe they are. MFRM. Somebody in the den probably can tell me if they're in the IBD 50. And, of course, if they are, they won't be in there for long. Why? Just take a look at what is going on today inside Mattress Firm. And I've seen some of those stores popping up all over the place. But if we take a look at today, already 1.2 million shares coming out of the mattresses. That is taking out a B point that only had 447,000 shares. That B point, folks, being May 23rd. So if we just simply go take a look at it, remember they've got confirmed AB equals CD downs all over the place. And those are patterns that are going to be with us for a while. The 1-to-1 A to B equals CD down, and that's not what it's going to do, folks. It's going to go ahead, and it has more potential to the downside. Now, where's the 2280? Where's that take you to? Takes you to its IPO date. Takes you right to November 18, 2011. So you went from $23 up to $48. You made 100%. Not you, but somebody out there, I'm sure, did. Made 100% return on their investment if they had bought inside that IPO anywhere between November of 2011 into the December of 2011 time frame. Had a nice ride from the $22 area into the April 17th, 2012. So again, not much time. Makes a shooting star, and institutions are unloading this if they are in this stock. Already doing that today, 1.2 million shares. So you got a confirmed A to B equals CD, but just like Price Book, trading well below its IPO price, where Mattress Firm is headed to is $18. $18, folks. That's on Mattress Firm. So let's go finish out the mattress, folks. Hopefully you all had a good night's sleep. That would be good. And if not, the mattresses are good, and they might be on sale. Their stock is certainly on sale out here, but it's on the kind of sale where it's a fire sale, and you don't want to buy it. So let's go take a look at Select Comfort. SCSS is the ticker symbol. They're off 17% this morning. Let's go take a look at that volume. That is at least coming into a breakout area, and it looks like those folks are still in place here. Let me go ahead and shorten up this chart, make it a little bit easier for you to follow on TigerTV so you can see the dates and the volumes out there. So we're looking at Select Comfort. Do you know what your number is, folks? That's the Sleep Number bed, and at least right now they are coming into a support area that goes back to October 20th, 2011, did 7.2 million shares. However, what are you doing today? Well, today you've done almost 2 million shares, so unless the volume stops, this thing's going to have the volume to come all the way back at least to the breakout area of October 19th. You've got a gap out there at $16.89. You're trading at $21.13 right now. This thing here also has a confirmed A to B equals CD down. If we take a look at that, well, it's not confirmed just yet. The B point is going back to May 8th where it had 4.4 million shares. But give it an hour or two, and it'll be a confirmed A to B equals CD down. So if we take a look at that, A point was out here April 18th as it made a high of 35.60. The B point down here at a low of May 8th, 24.27, does a very shallow retracement. Shallow Hal, 1768. Don't know where that came from. 1768 is the one-to-one. Well, 1768 takes you right to the top of the gap. That's the low of the October 20th candle. And as long as it gets down there, it'll go and it'll test the October 19th area. More likely, we'll do a 1 to 1.272. A to B equals CD, get into that $14.60 change. At least this one has a little bit of support along the way. But, folks, don't go to the mattresses. Let's continue. Let's go take a look at what's popping to the upside. Let's go take a look at Ulta Salon, ULTA, see what they are doing out there. Ulta Salon has a nice little gap up. Volume-wise, doesn't appear to be, let's see what it is. Volume-wise, you're doing 561,000 shares so far. That's trying to get into the highs, or maybe it's already up there. It is. The high swing point has only 351,000 shares. So you got Ulta Salon. Don't know if any of you have been in there. Actually went in there and was overwhelmed by the selection of hair products. I'm just talking shampoos. And just an amazing, if you're into shampoos, that's the place to go. And just open up those bottles and smell those fragrances and see if there's something that you like. I have no idea whether or not they're good for your hair or not, but it is one heck of a marketplace for hair products. Now, what Ulta Salon is doing, it's going after its swing point high. Again, April 19th, high out there at 95.65. You're trading at 93.68 right now. Let's go ahead and put this on a weekly chart, see what it's doing. So on the weekly chart, it's all going after that same area, the same area being April 20th. On the weekly basis, 2.2 million shares. So far, it's done. It's going to blow that away. You've already done over 2 million shares. And so the question is, can it bust it up? Bust it up meaning closing above 96.65. This does have some good support. That support would be down at 76.87. If you're in this stock, I would have my stop somewhere underneath $76.87. That is on Ulta Salon, a stock that is on its way to the moon, one of the lunar moons out there. One of the, our next moon is going to be a new moon, which doesn't take place for a couple of weeks. Let's go see what else is popping out there. Let's see, percentage-wise, you got Ancestry Communications, ACOM. What do they have here in the marketplace in the news? Not a darn thing that I can report on. So let's go see what the stock is doing out there. ACOM is the ticker symbol, and they're up a nice 14%. They have gapped up this morning. Of course, this thing has got gaps all over the place. So this thing is clearly in a consolidation trading range. This thing gaps down, Man, you got so many gaps out here. What do these guys do? Let's go see what they do. Why does a stock like this have so many gaps? Are they in the currency business? Let's see here. Ancestry.com operates as an online family history resource for subscribers worldwide. Okay, so what the heck is causing this thing to gap all over the place? This thing gaps up with volume. Does it on the daily chart, does it on April 29th, and volume meaning 10 million shares. And then it goes ahead and it gaps down, doesn't gap down with the same kind of volume, but gaps down July 29th, does it with 4 million shares. You gap up again, and now this thing made an AB equals CD down for sure. Let's go take a look at it. That AB-CD pattern, the one that we'll choose is the highs out here going back to July 19th when it was in the 45.18 area. The B point was as it retraced all the way back to August 8th, 2011. You know, our markets were also making lows August 8th, August 9th time frame. In this case here, Ancestry.com gets down to 26.59 before it does a little relief rally, pulls up into the August 30th area, up at 36.56. Has not completed its full A to B equals CD down, which would take it to 17.98. But what you can't see that it is doing is just continuing to trade in a ping pong ball consolidation range out here. And today just simply gapping up into the area where it gapped down last, which was on May 11th. Gapped down with a total of 4.2 million shares so far in the first, 19 minutes of trading, 20 minutes of trading, 795,000 shares. Again, that's going up against 4.2 million. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. You've heard Basil Chapman on the air hosting the Tiger Technicians Hour and always wondered what's behind his powerful Chapman wave. Well, Basil has just announced a one-day online master trader course where he'll explain his Chapman wave methodology in detail so that you can learn how to chart Basil's one-of-a-kind formation techniques in real time while the market is open. Not only do you get a full-day online master trader course with Basil during live market hours, but by signing up now, you also get a free month of his newsletter, The Opening Call, a $128 value, along with access to his Moving Averages webinar, another $99 value. This online course takes place Friday, June 8th, and will be archived so you can view it as many times as you like for 30 days following the course. Make sure you take advantage of this one-of-a-kind Master Trader course with Basil Chapman during live market hours by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and reserving your spot today. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And I'm remiss here. It is Wonderful Wednesday, and what's Wonderful Wednesday mean? Well, it means the Money Masters show follows this show. But today, my co-host, Tom O'Brien, is going to be in Dallas, Texas at the Traders Expo, folks. So if you want a live trading session, go visit Tom. He is at the, I think it's at the Reunion Marriott. But if you come to the homepage of TFNN.com, you'll see all the details out there. Tom will be there from 12 to 4 today. That's at the Dallas Traders Expo out there. So absolutely a great time. Go out there. Do me a favor. Give him a big bear hug for me, would you? Tell him Stevie sent you. And then following the Money Masters show, we go up to Newton, Massachusetts. We go up to Basil Chapman, and Basil's got just simply a fantastic online workshop this coming Friday. I know I'm going to be in attendance, and you should be as well. So that's going to be Basil Chapman's workshop. All the details on the front page of TFNN.com. And then we go out to Larry Pesavento. Well, we go out to his ranch, but he's herding his cattle in some other place in the country. I believe it is a undisclosed ranch that Larry is at. I know where he's at, though. And he is going to be with us from 12 to 1. And then back here, the David White Band warming up the Tom O'Brien Show. David, from 3 to 4. Right now you've got the Dow up 137 points. The S&P's up 16. The Composite up 41. Small Caps up 10. And, folks, if you have not gone to the homepage at TFNN.com and ordered your Success is a Numbers Game free report, you absolutely must do that. This report, it's a study going back to 1928. It's a way to be able to manage your long-term funds. And so you want to be able to do that and go take a look at the report. Go listen to yesterday's archive. I gave you the numbers out there and what to do if you've got the tools on your monthly chart. Have gotten great feedback from folks that have actually spent some time taking a look at it, understanding just simply. I mean, and the greatest email I got was early, I think came in this morning. I saw it, and the tool is what this person is going to do with their children. Going to be able to teach the children this tool, how to use this, with regard. You don't need to understand ABCDs. You don't need to understand swing points. You don't need to understand sacred geometry. Just simply go to the homepage of TFNN.com. It's free. But forget about the fact that it doesn't. Forget about what it doesn't cost you. Actually, don't forget about what it doesn't cost you. If you don't go do it, it'll cost you a fortune. So just go there and just do it. Make it a must. Don't wait. If you're listening, do it right now. Now, if we go take a look at the markets here before we go off the air, which is about a minute, let's take a look at the small caps. And if you take a look at the IWM, several of the ETFs out there, what you'll see some bullish engulfings candles. You want to understand those occurring yesterday in the market, and what you have today is a gap up. That's a confirmation for sure. It's a confirmation that a bounce in this bear market is underway. That's all this is going to be. Where is the IWM going to bounce to? Well, the first area is going to be October 27th. The high out there of 76.97. It has gotten up above that. What you also have up there is the most recent swing point on the small caps, which is May 29th. 29th. So you're going to want to pay attention to May 29th specifically. 51 million shares. The small caps come into the low of 76.76 with more than 51 million shares. It starts coming into it with volume. Says that the bounce wants to get up into the March 6th low at 78.41. So that is on the small caps, folks. Thanks for being here with me. I'll be up for another hour, so stay tuned for that. If not, have a great day. Remember, folks, promise yourself, just promise yourself one thing. Never, and I mean never, ever give up, because your potential isn't even close to being untapped out there. Have a great day, folks, or I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye.